Welcome back, viewers, and welcome to a very exciting moment. East Manchester's first ever match in the FA Cup. We're there at the preliminary round, but that I think is a typo from FI. We're playing Wolverhampton Casuals, a team I'm not aware of. They're in the West Midlands League Premier Division, which sounds like it's probably about the same level as us. I could be wrong about that. Either way, I'm certainly not expecting it to be easy. We are favourites, but that doesn't necessarily mean a huge amount. We were favourites for both of my league games so far as well, so that really doesn't tell us a huge amount at all. In terms of the team, fitness issue is obviously a bit of an issue here, so I'm going to bring in Ryan Bell for Grant Horton. I'm going to bring in Finley Hayhurst for Jack Gurney. So that will just keep the squad a little bit fresher. I might do the same with Josh Wicks. That really is just about all I have in terms of anyone who's any good at all at the moment. So that is the team we're going to go with. We've got Winterbottom, Pursehouse, Cleaver, Young and Grayson. Cleaver, remember, is the youngster I'm very, very excited about. We then got Lawrence, Bell, Hayhurst and Akinola, who is probably the best signing I've made this season, along with Cleaver, of course. And then Robles, who's a bit of a problem because he's not very good, and Barragan, who is a bit better but not much. So here we go, our first ever game in the FA Cup, and I want to give them a really big boost by telling them that if they play their own game they'll win, because we should be winning it fairly comfortably. I don't even know if that's true, but it doesn't matter. There's a particular reaction there, which is a shame, and we're off. East Manchester underway in the FA Cup for the first time in their history. Regroup. Well, one thing I need to do, I'm forgetting to do this recently. Well, I scored already. And what I was going to do wouldn't have stopped that, to be fair. But one thing I've noticed is that I've got too high a defensive line. I need to change that. We don't have the pace to play like that, really. I will stretch the play a bit, though. And I need to change, because that was presumably one of the reasons why we had problems in terms of people playing the ball behind the back there. And not so much in this goal, but in the league games that we've had, where the ball just got played in behind and we conceded. Most of the goals we've conceded have been like that so far, so that's certainly something that we need to rectify. Incidentally, I should have mentioned the one game we've had between the game that you saw and today was another 1-0 defeat. Very, very similar game, actually. We certainly held our own. Did manage to have a couple of shots on target, unlike last time, but didn't look particularly threatening, which was a real shame, really. And as you can see, one of those shots on target, it was from a long way out from Ryan Bell there. So that was not ideal, and certainly attacking wise we are going to need to sort this out, but I'm not too worried about things in terms of a defensive standpoint. Grayson puts through Robles. This could be a chance. Go on, Robles. And he's missed it. I did say I didn't think he's very good. We need to get a better striker. Akinola with the corner, and Lawrence might be able to pick that up from having hit the first man, but Cleaver gets the ball on the edge of the area, out again to Akinola. Can he put a cross in? Goes a bit wide, and no, hits the first man for the second time in a row. That's a shame. Wadsworth floats the ball in. Hayhurst putting the ball back into danger when he could have just let the ball go out, and the ball goes just wide from Musselwhite. It's a relief. Long ball through to Robles. It's the second time he's been put through. Seems to be a bit of a pattern in the games at the moment. That's our first goal of the season. Both conceding and scoring, though. It's always long balls through to the striker. It seems to be the pattern this season. And Louis Robles finally gets a goal. He's missed a few chances, but this time puts the ball away, no problem, and an assist from that long ball from Craig Young. So we are 1-1, and it's our first goal of the season. And there we are, half time, and it's 1-1. We finally scored a goal this season, which is something, but we do need to try and win this game, because I would like to get at least 1 or 2 wins in the FA Cup under our belt. It would be nice. And there's no reason really why we can't beat this team. They're not. I think they're at the same level as us, so there's absolutely nothing to stop us from winning it. And we're off again in the second half. Can we try and get a goal early on to try and put the pressure on them? We are at home, so I'm being a bit more positive than I started the game as. Robles might be through again. No, not that time. Hayhurst, another long ball, this time to Barragan. Can Barragan put this one away? Yes, he can. 2-1. James Barragan, his first goal of the season, put through again by Hayhurst. Almost every goal at the moment is a long ball over the top. It does seem to be working, though, so I wonder whether that's something I might try and push even more, distribute over opposition defence, because it clearly is working. James Barragan, first goal of the season, and we are 45 minutes or so away from our first win in the FA Cup, which it would be fantastic, particularly having gone 1-0 down and be under so much pressure early on. Hayhurst has the ball now, puts Robles through over on the right. Can he find the ball through into the middle? No, but he can get it short to Lawrence, which is fine. Into Bell. Killer pass needs to come here. Hayhurst. He's going to shoot. Yes, he's going to shoot, and it's going to go wide. Probably should have looked for Barragan there. I think there were plenty of options there. Mathieu has the ball on the right-hand side. Crosses the ball in. It looks like that's probably a penalty. Yep, Young has shoved the striker Parker, and it is a penalty. It looks like it would probably be 2-2 now, and Baker will step up to try to make that so. But Winterbottom has saved it. Great save by Winterbottom. He's been probably the star of the season so far in the early stages of this. Despite conceding one every game, he's made some very, very crucial saves, and if that ends up being the one that gets us our first win in the FA Cup, then wow, great credit to him. Robles has the ball on the right now. Cross in, but there's no one there. Bell gets the loose ball though. Bell through to Hayhurst, is it? Gets a shot off, but can't get the ball into the net. We're looking quite exciting now. This is the best we've played by a long, long way. Need to try and replicate this form in the league, otherwise we're going to go down. I'm going to take Wayne Cleaver off now. No, I can't, because I haven't got any other defenders. I can't. Pursehouse finds Barragan with another long ball. Can Barragan get on the end of this and get a goal in? It's a good shot, but not quite. Another good save from Turner there. Robles can pick up the loose ball. Possibly should have been on the end of that, to be honest, if he'd been pushing the ball in further and taking a risk on it, but dispossessed on the right-hand side as well. And Wolverhampton have the ball. Another long ball through, and it looks like we're going to concede in the classic way for this season. Yep, Craig Parker. That's happening again and again and again for both teams. It's almost getting to the point where it's getting silly now, to be honest, because it's happening on almost every goal. I know it's Route 1, but it's just so simple every time. Right, we're going to bring on Jack Gurney for Hayhurst, who's struggling with fitness a bit. He's had a good game, but let's have Gurney on now. Out wide to Pot. Defence is fairly well organised, but Parker's been lost again, and this time it is a penalty. Young, that's 2 penalties he's given away. Twice he's given away the away penalties there. Oh, he's going to be sent off as well. Great. Not the best ending to my first game in the FA Cup. We're relying on Winterbottom now to make 2 penalty saves. It's just not going to happen. As I said before, I don't have any other centre-backs, so what I'm going to have to do is put my full-back into centre-back and play 3 at the back. There's no point bringing on anyone else because I haven't got any other defenders. With 6 minutes left, you assume that this is likely to be the winner if Dutton can put this one away. Can Winterbottom make himself a real hero? Not this time. 3-2, and it's been an improved performance, no doubt, but it does look like we are going to be going out of the FA Cup in our first ever game in it. Akinola now, we're going to go for this. We've got 3 minutes to try and get a goal to take it to a replay. I'm assuming it would go through a replay. Gurney has it. On the edge of the area, takes a shot, probably shouldn't have done, it's a bit of a waste. Should have one more chance though, got about 5 minutes if you include stoppage time. That's a real shame. So first time in the FA Cup, and all we can do is go down to a 3-2 defeat at home to Wolverhampton Casuals. It's disappointing, not going to lie. A really, really poor performance by Craig Young there to give away 2 penalties and get himself sent off in the process. It's not ideal. I mean, Jamal Lawrence was not our worst player. He just wasn't. It's ridiculous. Not good enough today. We should have done better. The strikers were, but I tend to find if you give a different team talk for the strikers, then everyone else gets upset, so I'm not going to do that. But really good from the strikers to start banging in some goals, which is fantastic, but I need to see some better play from the rest of the team before we can start thinking about going through in the FA Cup or indeed pushing up through this league. At the moment, this is starting to feel like it's likely to be a bit of a relegation battle, which is fine. You know, we've had 2 promotions in a row, so perhaps at some point you would expect us to stall a little bit, and we did lose a lot of players over the summer again. In every case, there was absolutely nothing I could do about it. So these things happen. £750, not insignificant amount of money for us. We are still in quite a bit of debt, as you can see. going to need a League Cup run. Have we got what League Cup have we got this year? Northwest Cat is the same one as last year actually. And we also have the FA Vars this year, but I seem to remember that's not much money. Actually, it's not. It's not insignificant. 30k for the winner, but obviously that would be. I think it includes people from significantly above us, so that's probably not going to happen. But the Northwest Counties League Cup probably is more realistic. And again, that would be. I think it's £10,000 for the winner. Yeah, £10,000, which is significant money for us certainly, and would make a big difference for us next season. Hopefully, and frankly, this season my aim is now to stay in this league. I don't really see us going up. There's too much to do. We may well improve. It may well be that by the end of the season we're in a position where I can say next season we should be challenging to go up. But it's pretty clear to me that this team is not ready to do it. I think probably last season's team would have been, but this season's team isn't as good. I can say that with fairly strong degree of certainty. The strikers are just not the same level. Lost a couple of key midfielders who were better than what I've got now, and a couple. Even though Wayne Cleaver looks a really big defender, the others are not as good, and particularly the right back. And it was just the right back who I've lost has really weakened this side. So we will be back. I think I'll probably be a little while now. I'm not going to bother with the FA Vars on this occasion. I will probably be back for the Northwest Counties League Cup first round again. I'll give you a bit of an update on the Premier League. It may well be that it's starting to look like it's a bit of a lost cause this season by then, in which case I will just focus on the League Cup. But we will see how it goes between now and then, and I will see you at the end of September, when hopefully things will be looking just a little bit rosier. So see you tomorrow for the next update. Please stick around.